What's up? What it do? What it do? What it do? It might be time for a lunch break. What's up, people? What y'all on, man? What time is it? It's 2:30. Good people. What's happening? What's the business? What up, Baltimore in here? Shout out to Baltimore. My man, G Man. What's up, man? Hey, G Man, you know Itchy Man? You know who Itchy Man is? I don't know how old you are, G Man. So I'm kind of asking you how old you are by asking you, do you know who Itchy Man is? Shout out to Baltimore. I really enjoyed the interview with you and Banky Pound. Shout out to Banky Pound. Appreciate the love. Okay, so you know who Itchy Man is. In short, in one sentence, how would you describe Itchy Man? What part of Baltimore you from, G Man? What's up, AR 86? Oh, he from East Side. All right, I got family on the East Side too. I can't tell you what street. I don't know all that, but I know when we came to Baltimore to visit, I'd be like, we going to Baltimore to see such and such. And they'd be like, man, nah, we ain't in Baltimore, we in East Baltimore. So I was like, all right, East Baltimore. Shout out to East. Shout out to Baltimore though. Because I got dudes that I met in prison from West too. Oh, everybody like that comment. I just put a dumb comment on my Instagram page. So when I was over here talking to Halim, we were having an intelligent conversation. So I ain't want to respond to and while Halim was on here. I don't be want to drag my buddies into my BS. I know the stuff that I know when I'm on some other BS. So you don't never see me drag my buddies into it. So after Halim got off, me being petty old me, I responded. I responded to it, but I went on Instagram and did something that I don't really do on YouTube. I don't really do a whole bunch of bidding on YouTube. I be trying to keep it business. But where I put the lighter? But he talking about all the DC old heads broke. So I said, damn, he was thinking right down my line. I was thinking about all Barber's sons is hot, except for Ant. So what would you rather the narrative be? All the old heads in DC broke, or all Barber's sons hot? Which leads me into the title of the live for right now. So I got a few homies that don't like that I engage in certain type of behavior on the internet. And in all actuality, I agree with them. You know, we were raised a certain way. Back and forth on the internet, bar fighting and all that. That ain't how we was raised in the streets. But it made me think because one of my older homies, I really respect his opinion. And in fact, I kind of got out of the streets based on his opinion. You know, he kind of had set me down one time. We had some business going on, and he was like, "E, you too smart to still be supplementing your income with the streets." He said, "You gonna have to pick." He said, "Because if you keep supplementing your income with the streets, it's going to affect you and your freedom." So you can imagine how that conversation went. I ain't gonna delve all the way into the conversation. You get the gist. But he also said, bro, you can't keep engaging in blah, blah, blah on the internet. But in my defense, like the internet is a place of business for me. So I'm not gonna do but so much on the internet. But you got these internet gangsters, which a real gangster can avoid and ignore. A real gangster could administer retribution or punishment in a street fashion. But if I'm engaging in internet commerce, do you think I could really go mask up and address a dude for something that I may feel he done wrong on the internet? I don't think that's mature. So I know that there's some of my older homies probably feel like, oh, Evil, you shouldn't be on the internet. The internet is my place of business right now, bro. It's my trap. Got family in Bmore, South Side, Cherry Hill. I thought it was all white people on the South Side of Bmore. I'm wrong. Hey, I knew you were getting it together first. SB smokers. I don't know what you mean. I used to talk to a chick from Bmore. She was from Park Heights, West Side. Shout out to the West Side. I appreciate the old heads from the city. You can learn a lot. Salute. Appreciate it, bro. Not talking down on nobody, but this your job and keep up everything you doing, E. I ain't talking down on nobody neither. And I don't even want what I'm saying right now to be misconstrued as me indirectly responding to my homie because I'm not. It was a topic today. And a guy said, E, you too intelligent to engage in blase blase. Listen, in the streets, they tell you don't pull it if you don't use it, right? So I just want to address that for a second. I don't know what that was about. So let me address that. Oh, now I don't want to get too much into that because YouTube got a thing against your Second Amendment rights. So I'm gonna skip that. But in the streets, people say don't pull it unless you're gonna use it. But it is a tool to be used. Yeah, it can be used ultimately for something lethal, right? But you can also use it to neutralize a situation without even having a physical encounter. You dig what I'm saying? Like, and there's two sides to every story. Like, I know guys that are known to tote, right? So when people came at them in their mind, they came at them like, bruh, stay tight. So when we go, we got to go extremely hard. But I know other people that say, "Ah, well, we ain't gonna mess with that particular situation in this instance." So, I say that to say in some situations, if you see me getting out of character on the internet, like it's strategic, bro. Like I may have got out of control on the internet once or twice in the past, but when I do things nowadays and people think that it's a meltdown or it's this or that, it's not. A lot of these guys that act like they're internet gangsters, right? And they want everybody to believe like this dude Cavario that I was speaking about yesterday. He sends all these intellectual, philosophical messages like he's street. And then right after he talks, oh, I ain't been in the streets in 30 years. That's neither here nor there. I don't care if you're in the streets or not. But don't be no 60 years old sending me no messages about you street and don't think that when I have my soapbox to stand on, I do my lives or I do a video or I do something and it come up, that I ain't gonna speak on the fakeness of it. Now and I know that certain things don't apply. Oh, he did this to me, so I do this back to him. No, that only apply in my life where it's though, you hit me, I hit you back. You know what I mean? We playing basketball, you bow me, I bow you back. You know what I mean? Now I'm not gonna apply that to you tell on me, so I'm gonna tell on you back. No, that all bets are off. But if you play with me on the internet, right? And I don't take you serious, like what I mean by take you serious, like I don't think that you're gonna be outside in the bushes when I come out. I don't think you're gonna follow me to the gas station and do something to me. You're not gonna catch me at no seclude. Like I don't take you serious, and you playing on the internet. I'm gonna play with you until you stop playing. Because see, unlike me, a lot of these internet gangsters, right? They got reputations to uphold even with on the internet. A person could quote unquote disrespect me or embarrass me on the internet. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to affect me in my real life. Ain't he the same person that play with me on the internet ain't gonna pull up on me in the street to snatch my chain? Ain't gonna pull up on the streets and put their hands on me. They're not gonna do nothing. I mean, even some of the dudes that's quote unquote active and they gangsters that may have something to say about it. If I haven't done anything to them, you think they're gonna reach that life and liberty to address me about the internet. Now, for the ones that like Lil Boosie say, for the ones that think they out their mind and they crazy and they gonna address anybody, I'm gonna address that in two ways. Those people don't last long, and we're gonna skip that. But if they encounter me on the wrong day and I'm not thinking clearly, I'm gonna be out my mind too. Like, I wasn't no crossing God as a kid coming up. In prison, I wasn't on the sidelines, bro. Like, I'm my own man. I write my own movies. Not movies as in motion pictures. I mean, I call the shots. I'm the author of my own book. If I make a mistake as a man, I'm man enough to stand on that mistake. As they used to say back in the day, you make your bed, you lay in it. I could do all that, bro. G man, I'm wrong. I'm wrong about responding on the internet. Explain that, John, because I mean, the way you said that so firmly and directly, I think you can explain the science behind it. Why you say I'm wrong? Or if that is that what you really mean? You said you're wrong. Yeah, you're wrong. I was saying, yeah, you wrong. Or when you said you thought it was only white people in South Baltimore. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I'm wrong about that. Well, I didn't mean literally all, but I thought that, the blacks were congregated on the east side and the west side, and that the most whites were on South was in South Baltimore. But that's incorrect all the way around the board. That's not a true statement at all. Like, it's all the way off. Because I wasn't sure. I was only repeating what a guy that was locked up with me. He was from South Baltimore. He was like, "Nah, the whites in South Baltimore." So is that true in any type of way? I don't like when I be smoking and I'm on here and they make it look like the whole place smoked up. It's only because the smoke coming right up into this webcam. I thought you was talking about what I was saying pertaining to. I forgot what I put the title is, but it was something about you know, uh, what's the code of conduct on the internet? Does anybody have a remark or comment pertaining to that question? I wanted to see what like crowdsource the information. Does anybody have an opinion on what's the code of conduct on the internet? And not for creeps or squares or bammers. What's the code of conduct for men and street guys or a guy from a background like mine? You know what I mean? What's the code of conduct? All right, thanks for schooling me on that. But he said Cherry Hill was mostly all black. All right, I got it. I'm hip to Cherry Hill too. Cherry Hill is by the water, right? Yeah, like they got federal. Hold on, no. Is that joint called Federal Hill by Cherry Hill? Where's Federal Hill? My man had like a condo or something that was ran by Ritz, and it was by the water, and we used to go down there. And I know that when I bent the first turn and came under that bridge, it said something like Federal Hill right there. Say earn with gifts on vertical live streams. My bad. Let me put this phone back up. Yeah, it's right there, not far from Harbor Hospital. Okay, Federal Hill by the end of Harbor. Ah, yeah, that's yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. But that south? I can't. I don't know for sure. I'm asking. Is that south? Used to come down there all the time. Federal Hill by the inner harbor. Yeah, I know because it's what like on the balcony. When you go out on the balcony, I can see the water, and it's a little seafood restaurant right walking distance. Like I park and walk to the seafood restaurant. Keep your sessions going because I am. It just keeps in. Man, dude, 26, man. I was really interested in that story about the United Healthcare CEO and the suspect in that case. I was feeling like it was way more serious than what they were saying, but he got ties to Baltimore, bro. You know that, right? The dude for the United joint. Yeah, that's South. Okay, I thought it was South. I ain't that far off. I know this dude's supposed to be highly educated. Way fired that demo. He might have been trained like he unjammed that junk quick as a mug. You and Fly, y'all got some good stories. It ain't me, it's Fly. Fly got the 50 years in prison. I couldn't even pretend to tell you that much information. I mean, just think, Fly only been home about 2 years. He ain't even winning all type of stuff, he be being careful with some of the stuff he be talking about. Yeah, somebody was on here earlier said not only do they own nursing homes, they own property that has the family name on it, community stuff, pools, recreation centers. I didn't see that when I was researching, but somebody from Baltimore told me that. But I be having me laughing, but the interview be on some different topics. Yeah, but for real, I might be pigeonholed and Fly based on that a lot of the information and the history that he got up there in his head is about prison. And I write about it, but he got some history that's just pertaining to blacks and whites in DC. Remember, he left DC in 73 at 19 years old. He knows some DC history that people don't even talk about no more, too. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second, y'all. Yeah. Let me see what else I gotta get ready to run real quick. I gotta do a little Zoom interview. Nah, that's not my cash app. I don't know what that Eon author shit is, but my cash app is Eon Williams, capital letters for the first letters. Capital E as in Eon and capital W as in Williams. $ Eon Williams all together. That's my cash app, bro. Oh, never been with but did 22 and a half with the state. What state you did that in? Black DC history stories would be cool to get. Yeah, and I didn't get that idea until I took Fly to an interview with a guy from Pennsylvania somewhere. I believe from Pennsylvania. I believe that's what it's called, Pennsylvania. I think he's from Kensington, Pennsylvania. Don't quote me on that. But I took him to do an interview with this guy named Frank Rodriguez, and Frank Rodriguez didn't interview Fly like I did, like on the prison thing. He got some of that, but he also, I guess, it was more interesting to him because he's not from DC. But he also went way back into the 70s and the 50s and the 60s with Fly. And well, at least the 60s, because I know he asked him about the riots after the Martin Luther King assassination. But yeah, this is it. Ooh, almost dropped that joint again with no case on it. Oh, Maryland. Okay, so you did time somewhere like Jessup or Eastern Shore or Hagerstown or something like that. I feel you. Be back in a minute, John. Free the real.